Hello, my friends. Today I'm going to try pouring a landscape. I've done a few before. I did one that I liked a lot. I'll try to remember to put a link to the video up above here. And today I'm going to be using CRAFTS paints. Now, about a month ago, I did a review of them, and I really liked the paints. They sent me a box of 24 of the, what they call them, premium acrylic pouring colors, and a box of 12 metallics. And I liked them very much. I did a couple of canvases on my review video, and I set them aside, and to be quite honest, I forgot about them. I forgot I had them. Just recently, though, they sent me an email and inviting me to become an affiliate. And so if you purchase CRAFTS paints, which are very reasonably priced, by the way, using the coupon code that's down below, or the links down below, I'll get a little commission off of that. So I thought I'd throw that out there, and I thought I'd use them today for a landscape. Now, it's much easier to use a paintbrush to paint a landscape than it is to pour one, I'll tell you. But it's a challenge, and I'm always up for a challenge to pour one, and so I'll give it a try. So you're going to have to be looking at it upside down, but at the end I'll turn it around for you to see. But my idea, I want to have about 2/3 of the canvas is going to be sky, and about 1/3 of it will be foreground. So this is a blue I happen to have left over from a previous pour. It's not the CRAFTS paints, but I'm going to use it because I have it, and it's a good color for kind of a background. I'm going to pour it on here and tilt it around. Then I'm going to do a flip cup for more of the sky, and a flip cup for the foreground. Then I'll tilt that all around, and then do a little bit of detail work as much as possible with fluid paints, with sticks and cards and palette knives, or whatever I can. So I don't have a clear plan. I'm just going to play here, and I'll kind of talk about my thought process as I go. So here we go. And when you look at a sky, the top, up higher is always a darker value than as you get towards the horizon line. So I'm going to pour this, it's pretty bright blue up here. And spread that around. And I'll be overlapping some of it with oops, look at that. I didn't mix it very well, but that's okay. I'll be overlapping it with the flip cup. So not all of it, I'm not going to have a big solid stripe there, and not all of it will end up showing. Bring that down a little further. It's just kind of a basis for the sky. I'm going to blend that in. And the sky is going to, I'm going to have it come down to about here, I think. You never want to divide your, when you're doing a landscape, you don't want your horizon line right in the middle of the canvas. It's just not good composition wise. So all right, now I'm going to do flip cup. So I'm going to use lighter shades of blue, and I'll use gray, this Arctic blue, maybe throw a little lavender, periwinkle they call it, and white. Yeah, I might even throw some silver in there. Oh, I have to remember to shake them gently. It says, shake well before using. Okay. Maybe I may do a flip cup for the sky, and then maybe I'll do kind of a ribbon pour for the land, the foreground. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Maybe even a little pink. Do I have pink? Blush, it's called. I wish I'd mixed that with a little white. I did make some custom colors ahead of time for the foreground. This is a mixture of several colors. I think I started with Viridian as my base, and then I added some gray and some white, and then it was still too bright, so I added a bit of red, the complementary color of green, to dull it down. It's still pretty bright, but better than straight out of the bottle for these purposes. Then I took some of that and added white to it to come up with a lighter value of that same color. More gray. It's a very colorful sky. Don't know how much I need. More than that, I think. Yeah, I think I'll do more gray, and then maybe white, and I'll squirt that in from up here to kind of blend it. Okay. That should be a lot. They give you a couple of whites with the kit, which is nice, and 2 blacks. So that's good. Okay. Move these out of the way and see what kind of sky we get. Okay. 1, 2, 3, flip. Oh, oh no. Oh, that was bad. What a dummy. Well, oh my gosh, that was terrible. I better scrape that up. I'm going to need that paint. Let me set that aside for a minute. What not to do? Okay. Oh, look, I got cells. There's something in this, in the formulation that creates cells, which is kind of fun. Okay. Now, let me move that around and see if I can get something that resembles sky-like. I didn't really care for that, what I added. Okay, well, that big line there isn't good, so how about if I take a card and kind of meld those two together, see what happens. That's better. I don't like the way I started it there, though, so let me... Hopefully I can tilt that off without losing everything else. I have plenty of paint. I don't know why I was concerned. Oh, it's kind of pretty. Okay. I know that there's a shadow here. I'm sorry about that. I kind of like that. All right, now I'm concerned that this is way too bright. So I think what I'll do is make another mix of gray. I have to use up my gray. I think this is a new product, and perhaps if it sells well, they'll come out with bigger bottles. I'm thinking that perhaps I could have extended it with Floetrol, but I wanted to try this straight from the bottle. And what else? Make some of this white. And some of this lighter green, I'm going to add that. Oh, that's much better. I mean, look how much nicer that goes with the flavor and the values of that sky there. That's pretty. So, I think this is all wrong. That's too bad. I've mixed a bunch of it. All right, well, I like that. Let's see, if I pour this out, if I decide to do a ribbony kind of thing, what I put in last is going to come out first. So I am going to work my way up to a little bit darker. And I'll start here, and then the darker will remain at the bottom. So in the foreground, whatever you're looking at is darker in value. So let's see. How about if I add some earth tones? Maybe this ochre color. A little of that. And maybe some, maybe some metallics. How about some gold? That'd be pretty. What else have we got? Oh, these wonderful colors. There's really a pretty assortment. I'll add a little bit of this darker green. Oh, it's a shame about this. That's a lot of paint there. I mean, I could lighten it some more. Did I have, is there a yellow ochre color? I thought there was. Did I put that in there? Oh, I did. I used that already. Okay, it's not really, it's more of a brown than, that's a deep ochre, dark ochre. I think of ochre as being more of a warm yellow. What else? Maybe some of this, I never know how that word is pronounced, verdigris. Verdigris? I may be butchering that. Green. It's not very realistic nature color, but neither is my sky, so I think it'll be okay. I'm putting a little of this peach in there. Just for a little pop of surprise. And now wait a minute. I did that just the opposite of what I meant to do. I filled the cup just the opposite. So now I'll start pouring at the bottom because I just put my darkest in, and that's what's going to come out first. So do as I say, not as I do. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do a ribbon pour. Ribbons of color. Okay. Move that around a bit without, maybe I should just swipe it because I don't want to disturb my sky. I'm quite happy with the sky. See, I told you I didn't have a plan. So I'm just going to swipe it back and forth. Well, what am I going to do about that? Kind of want to go up here, but I kind of like the way that looks, but I've got to do it. I've got to move it up slightly. And my sky is staying put pretty well. That's good. Maybe a little palette knife action. What's that? A lump of something. Still there. We go. No, I'd rather. I don't want a big palette knife gash there. and I want more linear lines. So this is pretty. I like this section. I'm happy with the sky. This is okay, but over here it's a mess. I'm going to run that off. Hopefully. Okay. Now, I'm not crazy about that peach that I added there. I'm liking very much. Their metallics are gorgeous. The gold and the bronze went in there. Almost looks like hills there, and some that purple or the lavender kind of made kind of distant hills, which is good. Yeah, I'm not liking that. I'm gonna swipe it again from over here and try to get rid of that peach color. That's too bad. The box is in the way. Is that this color? No, it's this color. All right, more than one way to do that. Okay, now what to do? I really would like, sorry, I'll be right back. Here we go. I just want to kind of settle that in. All right, I really would kind of like to try this this little tool. It's actually for alcohol inks. I would like to try getting some tree shapes. But this is so pretty right there. I hate to disturb it. I'll try one over on the edge here, and if I don't like it, I can tip it off. So, now, what color? I'm going to pour in the top of this, or the bottom, rather, of this cup, so I can just dip that round tool into there. And maybe some of this dark green. I'll just start with that. Okay, this is a complete experiment. I don't know what to expect. I'm going to kind of twist it so it's not just a half and half thing. Okay, here we go, folks. It didn't do anything. Well, it did something, but not what I expected. There's just too much paint on the surface to expect this to work the way I had in mind. Okay, never mind. That was a fail. Maybe I should just leave it as is and come back with a brush if I want to add things. You know, it's almost pretty just the way it is. I'm going to turn it around and show you. I like the sky. I'm very happy with the sky. And the foreground, you know, it's got potential. Some of my color choices were a little weird, but, you know, it's not bad for a poured landscape. Let me bring in a closer peek. I think the sky is quite pretty. And the hills there kind of, I imagine they're distant poppy fields perhaps on the hills. We have those around us here. And I wish I could get you in here to really appreciate the metallic color. It's kind of red orange. It's really lovely. I think it's picking it up. Well, anyway, there you have it. My landscape with Jen Crafts paints. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I do recommend the paints, and not just because I'm getting a little commission. I think they're really nice. They're great consistency, wonderful assortment of color, and very reasonably priced. So give them a try. Thank you, my friends. Bye now. Well, what a surprise. If you've watched me for any length of time, you know that I often will mess with the painting after I turn off the camera, and I did with this one. I just wasn't happy with that dark green at the bottom, so I tilted it way off and then a little side by side, and I'm liking it much better now. I can't decide if it looks like kind of an ocean or hills. So I'm still playing with the very bottom. I think I'm going to just a little ripply swipe along here. It's a lot of sky, but I like it. Let me turn around for you. It's a good basis for adding to it, I think. So tell me if you think it looks like land or sea. And if I should add anything to it. And again. Yeah, I think it's an improvement. I like it much better. So, the lesson here, if at first you don't succeed, or if something just doesn't feel right, keep at it. It's all a learning experience. Okay, my friends. Thank you again. Bye-bye.